Back at it.
Mustache.
Joey Bra.
Ash.
Back from Japan. No episode while we were there.
Yeah,
So we got it this time.
We
So,
messed up.
We didn't mess up. No. The
Somebody-
episode got delayed. That's what I'm saying.
That's right. That's
wow,
right,
see,
that's right.
easy to point blame.
The Demon Slayer video
from
might
this
be a
guy
little
over here.
late.
Hey, Demon Slayer's on time. It goes My Hero Demon Slayer. My Hero Demon Slayer.
I think we missed it
We
last
took a week. There was some travel. It happens. It happens.
Yeah,
But
we're
thanks.
back.
I want to say thanks. We're at 40 subscribers.
Yeah.
We got 1,100 views on our first Demon Slayer video.
Yeah.
That's
I was
wild.
very surprised by it, but
Yeah,
appreciate
I looked
it.
at that yesterday and I was like, whoa, that's wild.
Yeah. So today we're watching new episode,
New
My
episode,
Hero,
My Hero.
episode 4.
Yes.
So 4. I don't even know the title of this.
Right?
Fighting
Fighting
Fate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fighting
Is
Fate.
it 4?
Yeah.
4. Yeah.
Damn.
So let's just hop into it.
Yeah.
Let's get it going.
Whoa,
All
wait.
Wait.
Recap. What happened last time? Remind me real quick.
Oh, Nighteye.
We had the test for Deku versus Nighteye.
Yeah.
And Nighteye was like, oh, you're not going to pass. But then he was surprised by Deku's... Even though he didn't complete the goal, he actually didn't because he was dodging everything that was All Might in the room.
Okay.
But he still thinks he's not worthy of replacing All Might.
Okay.
But remember, I think there was either an internal monologue or the monologue that was to Deku where he said, I was already going to a preview.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He goes, but I really wanted to see what you had. I wasn't impressed at the beginning, but then upon further,
Yeah.
I was.
Okay.
All right, well, let's just do it.
Let's do it.
All right.
Okay, well, I'm Lemillion. For the number of people I'll save. Can't save them all. But I
They have a little accent right there, dude.
instead, so that's what I'm doing.
That's the only not cool thing about him so far.
Right. That was cool.
Lemillion?
It's like, at least it isn't like La Millionaire.
Yeah.
And just like that, my work study had begun.
Day one on the job, dude.
Yeah.
Runs right into
Yeah.
the main villain.
Daughter.
Daughter. As he looks disgruntled. He's thinking he shouldn't look disgruntled.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, no.
Does that seem like it's normal to you?
Oh, he's pissed.
Oh, damn. Deku's gone full already.
So I prefer to discuss it where we won't be overheard.
Oh.
No.
Let's go down this dark alley.
So determined,
Oh.
whatever they want.
Damn.
Man. Rain. An omen, maybe?
Mhm.
I swear, I really took my eyes off her. The kid made a break for it.
Oh.
Oh.
Wow.
I mean, wow.
Look at 7-Eleven back there.
Ooh.
No. Protect her. I won't let your arrogance interfere with this case. You're not so special that you can save whoever you want, whenever you want.
He's trying to keep him from becoming All Might.
Yeah.
We must first
Oh,
prepare
that's...
our opponent's moves and then make preparations to face them. Good intentions alone aren't enough to
He should do foresight on both of them.
Yeah.
Every
Well,
day
that's-
before the
That's
thing.
what he said, though. I should have,
That should be like mandatory.
Not to mention, it's your first day. You don't expect
Yeah.
that.
Mm.
That's
Calling
like
him
the
up.
little girl. The little girl is like Shigaraki was to All for One. I mean, if, you know.
If he's really meaning what he
Yeah.
says.
Only he must be like torturing her though, or something of some
Yeah.
sort for it to be that.
Like I said, it could be something with her quirk.
Mm-hmm.
And it looked like it was something like the share looked like it could extract something, maybe.
Yeah.
He's gonna get buff on his own, dude.
Yeah. You're
Damn.
going real buff. Oh, I forgot
That tracksuit, though?
that
Oh,
we're going to hear
yeah.
about, what do you call it? About the fate of his quirk.
Oh yeah, yeah.
where I was. He thought I was an idiot throwing my power away. So he started training a candidate he thought was better.
Well,
That's why he hates Deku so much too.
He doesn't want to get touched again.
I'm crying.
As bad as that sounds, he doesn't want to get touched and see that his future hasn't changed.
Yeah. Dang, the fist bump.
A bump, though.
We'll try not to be too much trouble, I promise.
Now he's taking care of him, man.
Wow. That felt like an extremely quick episode.
I felt,
Yeah.
yeah. It got a little deep, you know, pretty quick, and then it was just a lot of
Yeah.
interesting story. Not a lot of action, but interesting backstory that you needed,
Yeah, definitely.
especially moving forward.
Yeah, that was a really good episode. I love when, I mean, obviously I'm like crying every time that All Might like does those like monologues like between him and Deku
Yeah.
about like solidarity. I'm like, ooh,
Yeah.
yes. And then hearing like finally hearing him talk about All Might dying is just like, ugh,
Yeah, it's something
stabbed
that
me in the chest. Why don't
we've
you?
all probably thought that's gonna happen, you know.
Yeah.
But it's like, for sure now that's like part of his fate.
As far as we know.
As far as we know,
he knows.
yeah. But
yeah.
but he did say he could change. He thinks that he could change the future
Yeah.
based on what he could see. So
Yeah. Not to mention, like, I wonder how in depth Future Sight is.
yeah,
Because, like, technically, if Future Sight and he can see in the future, shouldn't he have known Deku was coming?
yeah,
Very true.
yeah. He would have.
Very true.
But then maybe he did. Maybe he saw the Deku thing and he knew what was gonna happen.
And
with
that's
One
why
for All,
he,
and that's
you
why
know-
he was like, yeah. Oh, oh man.
Ooh,
Ooh.
what does that mean?
What are the conditions? Some Red Riot action next week.
Hell yeah. That's rare. I'm excited though.
That is rare.
Yeah, rare that they focus on. Not that Red Riot isn't, you know,
Like a key.
a key player,
Yeah.
but like
He has been in the background more.
exactly.
So it's cool if he does get some more time though. I'm down with that.
Yeah.
Not to mention, we'll see 2 more heroes that we haven't seen a lot of.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, the other big 3, what's his name? They literally just
Yeah,
said
they
it.
just
but
said it, and then
The
Fat
shy
Guy.
guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, and excited to see what his quirk is. I don't think
Yeah.
we've still seen that.
We know he's shy and introverted,
Yeah.
but that's about it.
but I wonder too if he is shy because Mirio is so boisterous. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like I feel like in anime trope style, you always have the boisterous one, the quiet one, and then you have the kind of female style character that's always in the middle of them, kind of
Yeah.
as a
Yeah.
translator type kind of
Yeah.
thing, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, so what did you guys think of the episode?
I thought it was
Quick.
great. It was really quick.
Yeah, it felt super quick. Everything that happened with Overhaul, I didn't expect it to go so level-headed, I guess you could say.
It's
Yeah.
very cordial.
Because I honestly expected it to just jump right
jump
in,
right in,
especially
yeah.
the way it was being fed to us. How Deku was just
Yeah.
like, I can't step
Yeah.
away from this.
And if it was just Deku on his own, I think it would have.
Oh yeah, it would have been
It would've
another hero
elevated.
killer stain in the
Yes.
alley
Yes.
situation.
That would have been so. He was with Mirio, and he kind of calmed the situation down. Probably the right move. They might have
Yeah.
both ended up dead, not knowing what his quirk even is yet,
Mhm.
and just yeah.
Not to mention, I wonder with one thing that we saw in a previous episode versus this one is we saw Overhaul have those like boils
Yeah,
start
Mhm.
to show up.
yeah. It's definitely an effect of him using his quirk. But did it happen the first time he killed the guy? Just on his own?
Yes.
It did.
Well, it happened because the guy
like,
missed the shot,
Yeah.
and then he was touched. Which I wonder if it's maybe because Aerie is touching him,
Yeah.
and her bandages were like disheveled, or if maybe it's his quirk coming back against him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say his quirk seems like it's like a double-edged sword.
Mhm.
It definitely does something to him as well.
I don't know. I love Mirio, but his name is so dumb. I
They were
cannot.
just calling a million after that. I'm okay with Million being his name.
Yeah, I guess just million is fine. But what was it? Love million?
Lemillion.
Love
Million.
Million. It's a little Spanish, dude. It's a little million.
Yeah, the million.
All right.
Yeah, I don't think it's the greatest name.
Definitely not. He's definitely a cooler character
I
than
thought,
his name is.
I thought his name was gonna be so much cooler.
Well, you have to think though, he's extremely corny.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
So
very
it
true.
fits with his like
I'm
style.
gonna save 1,000,000 people. Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
fits him.
But he's so not like with that whole interaction with Overhaul. He was so friendly and so nice to the point where you couldn't tell if he realized who.
Yeah,
I mean, it's obvious who they were talking
Yeah.
to, but like,
he played it cool.
Well,
Definitely.
yeah,
well,
he played it
Yeah.
way too cool for me to even like.
Well, you have to think, like, going with everything, it's like that internal monologue with him, kind of like Deku's monologue versus his monologue. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's been with Nighteye for way longer, so he knows how he should act.
Yeah,
And he's like, I have to try to diffuse this situation that's already beginning to escalate into somewhere I don't want it to go.
Yeah. Oh, I was getting there really
Yeah.
quick.
Not to mention, you have to think they're under the guise of seeing what the area is like, so Nighteye and Bubble Girl can see what the hideout is like.
Yeah.
Not to mention, going into the preview, Shigaraki he says, "You led me through so many tunnels, it's like I'm in a maze."
yeah,
So, and I wonder if that was not only to show, okay, their base is vast, but also it was maybe to confuse him.
Yeah.
Because who's to say maybe Overhaul is trying to do with whatever villain or hero he can get his hands on what he is doing to Eri.
Yeah.
And maybe he is kind of playing a all for one type of aspect to where, oh, maybe I can just pull powers
Yeah.
from people and use them in my arsenal with these bullets.
That's
maybe.
almost what it looks like.
Yeah.
he's trying to do, and especially with he could definitely use him because they almost have the same.
Yeah.
Quirk, only it doesn't really hurt Shigaraki. Like he disintegrates people,
Yeah.
but he doesn't really have a negative.
Yeah, like a
effect.
negative effect
Yeah.
against himself, except he's like super ashy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he gets a little, a
Yeah.
little itchy, but. So then what else? And then it was mostly just
All Might and Deku,
All Might
yeah.
and Deku. Just giving him some background of.
I didn't expect that because I know it's been talked about behind Deku's back. Eventually, All Might passing his power is going to kill him.
Yeah.
So the stronger Deku gets, the weaker All Might does.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't expect it to be, like such a gruesome end. Instead of it being such a like tapered end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to mention, there's also the idea of what if, Deku gradually going into his power, that if All Might is killed, that Deku just gets all of it.
Yeah.
Because it's been siphoned, but if there's nobody to pull from, does it still grow? Does it just stop?
Yeah.
Or does it, just all pass on?
It's kind of an interesting question.
Yeah. At this point, I want to say he probably has a good amount of the potential. You know what I mean? Since All
Yeah.
Might basically used it all up.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's probably his body still can't do 100%.
Yeah.
That's
because
that's
I think
just gonna take a long
I think
time,
even after the All for One fight, he's like, the only thing I can do with my power is just strictly hold this form, which is the muscle form. You know what I mean?
I'm glad that they finally showed Deku showing that side where he's like insecure about the whole
Mirio
thing. About him choosing Mirio over him, or that whole thing.
Right. It turns out he didn't even meet him yet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he hadn't
He hadn't
even.
It
even
was
met
like
him
on the
yet,
way,
so-
pretty much. Yeah.
It was crazy, but I'm
But-
glad they showed that part of it, because I know that I would feel a little insecure if someone that I looked up to that was so much stronger than me, was meant to have this, and like, what if I don't deserve it?
Yeah.
But what I like though is that compared to the earlier seasons, instead of it being something that Deku tends to dwell over, Deku flipped it and was just like, no. He's like, now that I know, I'm gonna make this mine. I'm gonna change what we know somewhat to be the future.
Yeah.
I like that he wants Nighteye to
try it again.
Try it again. I like that. I like that that's where it's going. Who knows if it'll actually get
Will
to that
he?
point?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
You guys think he will?
I don't know. Probably. I mean, they'll have to. Like, they'll have to meet up at least.
Yeah. I think they're going to make up.
Yeah, I feel like they should. And I feel like that could make a nice, lighthearted / like awkward episode.
Yeah.
To where like maybe we'll get an episode of just like them finally meeting again. We'll get the kind of like camaraderie bit, maybe a few flashbacks, and then maybe it'll leave us off with a preview of like, you know, what did Nighteye see?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And that'll kind of be, that could be the, what do you call it, honestly? That could be the way, and I hate to say it because I think we had talked about this at the beginning of the season. It's just, this one has so many fights.
Yeah.
We're getting into an area that has so many fights that maybe if Nighteye sees a future again of Deku and All Might, he'll see that, you know, Deku is worthy.
Yeah.
Because he would have seen 5 years in the future for Deku.
Yeah.
I wonder what he saw in Mirio that made him, like, I know he's, like,
Yeah, that's
strong and
true.
everything, but, like, he must have seen something, too.
Yeah. Not to mention, you have to think, I wonder how many, what, would you say it's been 3 years since the show has started?
Like in their time?
Like,
In
yeah.
their actual time?
Yeah?
3 years.
Because...
Right, they had the sports festival, and that's only been a year, right?
Okay, maybe 2.
I think it's been about 2.
Because what I would say 2
2 full years.
is a good thing to wonder is where he saw Mirio.
Mm-hmm.
To where if he saw Mirio 5 years before where we are now and saw, okay, he's going to become strong.
Yeah.
He's going to become a great hero.
Yep.
Imagine if he did have the power. It could jettison him even farther.
Yeah.
And maybe that's what he saw rather than him seeing, you know, if he would get the power, how he would be.
Yeah. And maybe even when he looked at Mirio, he saw that he did get it, and maybe Deku changed the future on his own, just being the random way that they
see, and that
connected.
goes into the question I have is that if he would have seen the future already, wouldn't he have seen Deku coming?
Yeah. And maybe Deku's just so out there anyways that it's like it was just a random event that wasn't even supposed to happen. That happened.
Yeah. I like that they showed the similarities between All Might after the accident and Deku, and how they're both kind of self-destructive and kind of don't have the, like...
They're exactly the same.
Yeah. They're destructive.
Mm-hmm.
As long as they save somebody, they don't care what happens to themselves. Yeah. And that's, you saw how tired of that, or how much that affected Nighteye when Deku was like, we need to do something, and he's like, no.
Yeah.
He's like, we're not going to run in there guns blazing. We're actually going to make a plan.
Mm.
When did Gran Torino shrink?
He's always been small,
he's
though.
always
No,
that
but
small.
if they do the flashback with the Nana,
Yeah, and he's like a
yeah.
regular
he's
size.
a regular
Yeah.
sized dude.
I will say that. Yeah, within those like 20 years, he definitely goes down.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
he's like
he
a little
is.
man.
He's
Yeah.
like tall as her. Yeah, in the
Hey,
flashback.
you know what? Maybe it's just his speed. He's bouncing off the wall so much, he's just compacting
Condensing
himself
himself.
every
yeah.
single time.
Well, either way, next week we get some Red Riot.
Yeah.
Should be a little
Oh,
more
I'm excited
action-packed
for Red
episode. Yeah, I think he's pretty cool. I think he's
I feel like it's going to be a little more lighthearted, but at the same time, we saw, like, that there's something going on with the bullets from Overhaul.
It might be one of their like little goons from their little crew, kind of causing some havoc.
They're gonna be in the Kansai region, which is like down south.
Is it?
So that should be cool. Because they're usually like when they... Where are they? They're like... I like looked at like... I was looking up like where they're all from. And it seems like they're all from like the Tokyo area.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool to see.
They're down south because
Yeah.
he's on
Down
work. Yeah, he's
south.
on the work
Yeah.
study. So
Yeah.
Not to mention, I think when Deku was with Gran Torino, he was they had taken a train to go somewhere. He's like,
To
we're taking
Shibuya.
yeah.
I remember that. And he's like, I don't think I'm dressed well enough for Shibuya.
Oh yeah.
yeah. Well, until next week.
Until next
Finally
week.
back to having some episodes.
Yep.
Some new episodes.
So really
New
get into it.
Yeah.
So
Alright.
I guess that's it.
That's it. Demon Slayer for sure.
Oh yeah,
Thursday.
Demon Slayer, episode 4. I want to say
Friday.
no Thursday.
Thursday.
For
Tuesday,
sure.
Thursday.
Demon Slayer episode 4 Thursday.
Final
Right.
selection.
Yeah. and we might have some other animes in the work. But
Yep.
We'll see. Until then,
Mustache.
Joey Brow.
Ash.
Into the Void. Anime.
Peace.